I'm just going to bring this up by saying I've never used DuckDB before, ever. I haven't installed it before. I haven't used it for any analysis. I signed up for MotherDuck and didn't use it. I'm just going to get that out of the way. I wanted to use it. I was looking for a reason to use it. With MotherDuck, I take that back. I tried it. The notebooks and the cells weren't my thing, but I'm open-minded. And I was waiting really for the scenario that said, when will DuckDB come into my life? I had just gotten done making some content for Bauplan, which was a code for serverless data lakehouse, and was really cool, and was about to go post it on LinkedIn when everyone is up in a roar about DuckLake. So let's take a look at what DuckLake is. I need to know. All right, so DuckLake says it delivers advanced data lake features without traditional lakehouse complexity by using Parquet files and your SQL database. Okay, well, that sounds about right, and how I've always known lakehouses to kind of be. It's open, standalone format from the DuckDB team. So I think this is really interesting right off the bat. It's not an Apache project here. From what I can tell, this is all just DuckDB. So they obviously ended up hitting some kind of pain point or saw some type of scenario where this was a big opportunity that they should put the time and effort into making this open table format. Let's go to the deployment scenarios first here. There's Postgres, SQLite, MySQL, DuckDB. I'm initially like this idea. So DuckDB uses a database system to manage your metadata for the catalog. All you need to run your own data warehouse is a database system in storage for Parquet files. For some reason, I thought this was how it worked. When I looked at Apache Iceberg, what I thought I saw was Parquet files were in your S3 or your GCS storage, and the metadata catalog had to be stored in like a Postgres or MySQL. That's what kind of got in the way of me wanting to do that. I know people are talking about Amazon Glue too, but I don't know. I only saw, the versions I saw was you use Postgres or MySQL, and I just wasn't really interested in doing all that. What I am interested in doing though is leveraging DuckDB as the catalog database, because I'm assuming at that point I don't have to put up any scaffolding. SQLite would also be nice. That would be useful, but I'm assuming I don't have to install anything more than DuckDB if I go this route. So why would I go this route? Okay, so Postgres, users can run multiple DuckLake clients and connect concurrently to Postgres, MySQL, or SQLite. Okay, so the big gripe I know with DuckDB, and I've seen some people come out with different solutions for this, is there's this concurrency problem with DuckDB where it's a single client, a single process. And what I saw was, and I'm trying to remember what it was. I thought the DeepSeek team came out with one. Julian Hubbard came out with, I believe, one as well, a concurrent DuckDB. Anyways, I've been seeing it recently show up, and I think what it looks like is this is how they're choosing to address that problem. You can run multiple DuckLake clients and connect concurrently to the databases. So there'll be one database with all the metadata, but there'll be a DuckLake in every instance of DuckDB. So you could have multiple instances all hitting the same Postgres database to get the metadata and then to query those. So yeah, okay, that makes sense. So all four of them are all hitting the same database and they're all hitting the same storage. Okay, so yeah, that's real interesting for the multi-client scenario that they're bringing up here. You can do that with SQLite and also with MySQL. I'm not going to put up any database scaffolding. I kind of want to get right to the point. So DuckDB is right here, and it looks like we only run that. Okay, cool. Let's look at the features then. I'm going to go with DuckDB. Data lake operations, supports snapshots, time travel queries, schema evolution, and partitioning. That is awesome. I like hearing that. Lightweight snapshots, you can have as many snapshots as you want without frequent compacting steps. Okay, I like that. ACID transactions, that's really cool. Yeah, you can have it over multi-table operations. That's good. And that's what Iceberg is offering too, right? Performance oriented, so DuckLake uses statistics for filter pushdown, enabling fast queries even on large data sets. And that's really good too. So like the query optimization is one thing I've always been fascinated by. When you have these lake houses that just have tons and tons of parquet files on them. Obviously there's compaction, like Delta Lake has this merge and compaction process to it. But even still, without doing the compaction, I think you can end up with a lot of files, and I've just wondered under the hood how that looks. It's probably really complicated. Okay, underneath that is a conversation with the founders. I was watching some of this already. Actually, sorry, I was just jumping through it. It's pretty long. It's an hour and a half. You can watch that if you'd like to, but I got down to here, create your first DuckLake with DuckDB. So here's where I got immediately confused, because I saw install DuckLake, attach DuckLake, and I said, wait a second, what is this even in? And so it just proves how much of a noob with DuckDB I am. I ended up finding this page here where the DuckDB extension, the DuckLake DuckDB extension is, you install that. So it's an installation page. So first one is install DuckDB, which when you click on that, it takes you to a curl installation. So I did that and installed in my computer, and then start DuckDB. I'm actually at this step right now. So this is when I decided to kind of turn the camera on, and I'm just going to literally go through this. I've never used DuckDB, and I would like to try DuckLake, so we're going to go through these installation steps now. Okay, so I have installed DuckDB on my computer. Great. I think this is even a little duck symbol. It's funny. DuckDB is funny, and Mother Duck's like even funnier. That's what's fun about them. Exported a path to it, so I think I'm all set to try to make a DuckLake now. Let me go to the instructions here. So it says install DuckLake. So I guess I'm just going to put that in the command line. Okay. And then it says to attach DuckLake to meta DuckLake here. Okay, we're going to attach. Okay. This doesn't work already. Okay, so this is how much of a noob of DuckDB I am, and how you're getting it very raw right now. I needed to type something in to launch DuckDB first, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to run here. So it looks like I have DuckDB running now. So let me try to attach. Oh, actually, yeah, let me install DuckLake again, make sure this works. Okay, so that looks like it worked. Let me attach the metadata now as DuckLake. That looks like it worked. Okay, let's use my DuckLake now. Okay, does that mean it worked? What happened here? Am I working? Am I using it? So okay, I'm gonna go over here to this other page, usage. We attach the metadata. Yeah, I think we gotta create a table. Okay, so we'll create a table in there. I was thinking that's probably what we have to do, right? Okay, so create the DuckLake demo. It's just gonna have what, one column called I. And we're gonna put 2 integers in there. Let's do it. Okay, you can switch the default databases with use command. Okay. So I was kind of putting the cart before the horse, although I will say just this right here isn't the true correct installation. After you attach, you want to create a table, then you can use it. Although I guess you could go back and forth. You're using the DuckLake metadata here. Okay, so you use to go to the database. You can switch the database with the use. Okay, so that is correct. So then what we're doing here is we're making the metadata, the catalog itself, but you could have different catalogs. You could have other default catalogs, and you use you for that. Okay, I get it. That makes sense. All right, we inserted values into DuckLake. Now we can query it, I believe. Let's do this. Okay, that's really nice. That is fun. I do get that. It's really fast the way that works. And now this is all local again. So that's the great thing about DuckDB that I understand is it's local in memory, Apache Arrow, all that sweet stuff happening. So that's cool. Just a straight from. Don't even do in a select all, just from. Okay. All right. So far, so good. Agreed. Okay. So from glob, where we're going to go to the metadata. Okay. So from, we're going to look at the glob here. All right. Huh. So is this the Parquet file in the DuckLake? Okay. So this is, we're asking for the file names, all the file names in the DuckLake. All right, that makes sense. And it's being stored locally, which is nice. Yeah, it is nice. I get that. Okay, cool. I like being able to see that metadata. Yeah, and BioPlan's kind of doing the same thing too, but this whole just, yeah, being able to see this stuff from the lake houses, this is where I'm starting to get the aha with lake houses now. I love BigQuery, and I love being able to kind of to use it in different places and to, schedule things. But yeah, the in-memory local database, I'm starting to get that. Now BioPlan is hosting theirs, but what DuckDB is doing here, it's in the terminal, it's in the command line. But this version was local, and that's cool. Okay. So we see a single parquet. We see a single Parquet file has been created that contains 2 rows. Now let's delete a row. Okay, so we'll delete the row where the integer is 43. Maybe if I go here again. Oh, interesting. Okay. So maybe that's so that's a delete file in the log. Okay, so it's doing a log kind of the way DuckLake does a log maybe, except it's naming with Parquets and not with the JSON at the top. Maybe that's it. But yeah, we do that again. And so now we have 1. Okay. So there would be 2 Parquets in here now, one referencing the delete as well as the original. Okay. Maybe that's how they do compaction afterwards. Okay, so we can see 1 row being gone. If we inspect the folder again, we see a new file appearing, right? Okay, I was kind of getting ahead of it here. A second file with the delete in the name has appeared. This is also a Parquet file that contains the identifiers of the deleted row. Okay. Of course, DuckLake supports time travel, and we can query the available snapshots using the DuckLake snapshots. Okay. So yeah, and in Delta Lake has the time travel too, which is nice. I get that, especially if you accidentally deleted some stuff. And if you're doing a lot of transactions, I could see that being very, very, very important too to have. So it makes total sense. All right, so we can look at the snapshots. Okay, that's cool. Let's look at the snapshots. All right. So the schema version. Okay, so snapshots time. Okay. Created main, created demo, inserted, and then deleted. Okay. So it's every version of the actual table itself, I guess. The schema has been created, then the table has been created, then there is the insert into the table, and then deleting the rows. Nice. Let's say we want to read the table before the row with 43 and it was deleted. I got it. We can use the new @ syntax in DuckDB. Okay, so from the DuckLake demo at version 2, yeah, and so Delta Lake is like this too. You can just point to the JSON file that you want that has the version in it. But this is cool. Let's check that out. Yeah. So I do love. I really like that about the lake house stuff. I like the snapshots and the versions. I'm starting to get that a lot more because DuckDB is set up for analytics, right? For the most part, it's an analytical database. It's column oriented. So column oriented. It's a columnar database. So you kind of do want to move through probably different versions as you're adding things and building things and taking things away from it. It's just that analytics is squishy. It changes. And so, my project, Mako Code, every time you run code while you're building your ad hocs, it saves a version over time, because sometimes you go off into a direction you really, really didn't mean to, especially if you're writing new data and you're munging it and then you're putting it, say, into DuckDB here. You were like, crap, I kind of screwed up and I want to go back a version, or I wanted to start over even. So that's what I feel like I'd see this use case as. This is what it's saying to me. But this is nice. I mean, I love these CLI tools now, especially with the database stuff. It's just, I think this is what everyone's kind of doing. And I know the AI companies are all creating their CLI tools as well, but this is just fun. I don't know why I love being in the command line looking at databases. I know that a lot of software engineers I work with, they will, they'll hit their Postgres or MySQLs in the command line too. But I used to think, I don't know, I was used to using APIs, but this is really, really cool. All right, so version 2 still has this row, so there it is. This also works with snapshot timestamps instead of version numbers. Okay, so we can also look at what changed between versions using the DuckLake changes table. Oh, you can see like maybe the diffs. All right, so from DuckLake changes, let's check it out. My DuckLake, the main and demo. Oh, I see. So yeah, that's just the name in the demo, and 2 and 3, which are different snapshot IDs. Aha, okay. So, okay. So the snapshot ID 2, there's 2 actions in that snapshot, row ID 0, and then 1, and the 2 inserted integers into those. All right, and then the delete. So, okay, wow, yeah. So it's going to show every single transaction. That seems kind of crazy if there is thousands of them. I wonder what happens if there is just like thousands of inserts in one snapshot. Or maybe it doesn't work like that. Or every time you do an insert, say you have some sort of streaming coming to DuckDB, it's streaming in, do you get a snapshot for every insert? I don't know. If you know that, let me know. I'll look it up, but put it somewhere in the comments. I don't know. I can figure it out. Okay, so that's cool. You can see the changes. Yeah, I really like that. We can see how in version 2 we added the 2 values, 42 and 43 in snapshot 2, and then deleted 43 in snapshot 3 again. Yeah, I like it. It's very it's concise but verbose still. It's a tight response, but it's telling me everything. That's good. Changes in DuckLake are, of course, transactional. Previously, we were running in auto commit mode, where every command has its own transaction. Okay, yep. But we can change the using begin transaction and commit or rollback. Okay. So begin transaction, all right? So we could begin a transaction. Bring this back up. I don't want to chat. I want this up here. So we've done begin transaction. Oh, it's got a little thing here now. Okay, interesting. It's got a little bracket. What's going on now? All right, let's see. Delete. Okay, so delete from my DuckLake demo. Okay. So, okay. Okay, so what happened here? Oh, okay. So we're acting like we just deleted everything in the database. No, we don't like that. So we're gonna use a rollback. Okay, so we'll do rollback, which is probably going to be really cool. We didn't get it all here. Okay, from rollback. Sweet. That's cool. Yeah, rollback is nice. Nice. Yeah. So begin transaction, create something you can roll back. Okay, here we start a transaction and then delete all rows from the table. Yeah. Then indeed shows as empty. Okay. However, because we then roll back, the non-committed delete was reverted. Got it. So a transaction is not committing to the database. I see. So yeah, what they set up here is we're running an auto commit where every command has its own transaction. Okay, cool. But we can change that to using begin transaction and commit or rollback. All right. So a transaction is something that will happen, but then can be rolled back. And then you can commit it is what I'm assuming. So here we restart the transaction, then delete all rows. In summary, in this post, we presented the rationale and design for new lakehouse format built on pure SQL. This makes a lot of sense. And it's local. I kind of want to see the folder and everything too. That was the first time I've ever used DuckDB, so it was like fully noob. This is a real-time thing of me trying it, and people are pretty hardcore about DuckDB, and it kind of like hit me. I was like, oh, I like SQL, but man, that did feel good to do that, what we just did. I had an aha moment myself as well. Cool. If you like this type of thing where I naively am coming into a tool I've never used and just trying to go from 0 to 1, I'm going to be doing a lot more of this. And I'm also going to be reaching out to smaller creators I find to just try out their projects to see what their quick starts look like and how quick I can get up and running with their tools. So I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know, like and subscribe to the channel. You can find my other links down in the description below. I'll also put a link to the DuckLake as well. Have a great day, everybody.